FC and KFC. I assure you it will be an interesting match. Stay connected for more updates.
The population of Menji town gathered in large numbers at the Wisdom College field today, August 2nd, 2025, to witness the football match between KFC, dressed in orange t-shirts, and Three Corners FC, dressed in light blue t-shirts. This event is part of the football tournament organized by the Inspire Bright Future under the leadership of Terren, who is acting as the CEO of the non-profit organization. The tournament has generated excitement in the Menji metro area during this third term holiday season. As every weekend, the community comes out in their numbers to engage in this activity. The match started at 3:10 p.m. and ended the first half with a score of 0-0.
Yeah, my name is Joseph Junior. Alemgi, captain for KFC. It's not easy today. Maybe by the end of the day, we may embrace victory by the end, by God's grace. Yes.
Yeah, I'm by name the K Connie, but on football names, friends call me Vibe. So the first half was amazing, and we hope to improve our speed and skills in the second half. Hopefully, the opponents we were playing by name in car were not easy, but hopefully, the second half we are going to have a change in the second half.
During the second half of the encounter, KFC scored 2 goals to 1 goal within 30 minutes of play. KFC left the field victorious with a final score of 2 goals to 1 against Three Corner FC.
Football is a game with many possibilities. Either you emerge with the winners, the losers, or the equalizers. But watching these boys showcasing their talents they love is really commendable. Stay tuned to Gaza Media for happenings and why not more holidays activities. Ken Nicolin reporting from Wisdom College.
Yes, dear viewer, good morning. That was the clip for the last football that was played yesterday, Saturday, at Wisdom College Field. That is a tournament that is being organized by the Inspired Bright Future, which is headed by Mr. Terren, who is the CEO of that non-profit organization. Of course, Inspired Bright Future is not just about the football tournament, but it also has some other program, including health topic. Throughout this holiday, they will be organizing a marathon. There will be a youth discussion or symposium, and of course, the final that will be coming on. At some point, the tournament was delayed before the start of that friendly or before the start of these holiday activities. But I will bring Mr. Terren, who is the CEO of Inspire Bright Future, uh, to highlight to us some of the challenges, the successes since the tournament was launched. What have they been able to accomplish? And of course, you will notice that uh, third-term holiday activities like this one in Menji, the headquarter of the BLM, has a lot of other socio-economic impact where the population, or those that have restaurants, those that have businesses, and of course just social interaction, exercise for the youth, uh, that is something that we think the tournament or the Inspire Bright Future by its name is bringing to the community in metro area. And we would like to also hear how the activity may be expanded to other villages or to outside from them subdivision to the BLM as enlarged. So let me bring in the CEO of the organization, Atem Terrence here. Uh, yes, Mr. CEO, good morning and welcome to Gaza Media.
Yeah, good morning, director, and good
Yes.
morning or good afternoon wherever your viewers are, depending on their country. And thank you for having me.
Yes. Terence, it was last year this tournament uh, was played, but it appeared that there's more structural organization now. There are so many teams. I think compared to last year where there were just about maybe 4 or 6 teams, this time there are 14 teams, which means that structuring matches to play so that each team has an equal time to play before the final. Uh, I just want to ask you, how has that, how have you been able to structure that, given the fact that we got the news that was supposed to start, I think, the 1st of June, July, then it didn't start until maybe mid-July.
Right. So, Director, so we were scheduled to launch on the 29th of June because the tournament, as you rightly said, um, we have 14 teams this time around compared to the 7 teams that we had last year. So the goal was that we'll play the tournament for at least a consistent 2 months. But for some challenges that we faced, we were delayed for about 3 weeks. So we had to start in sometime in the month of July. Now you can imagine with 14 teams and 20 players, each team bought paid for licenses for 20 players. So you multiply 14 times 20, that gets you to almost 300 players. And you're talking about not just the players, these players, you're also talking about their whole executive
Their
body.
supporters.
Yes, yeah, and just the administration, the coach, the president, the sponsors, they are also coming to support. And then you talk about their fan base, right? You can imagine the impact of such a tournament. And if things had gone well, the way we initially intended this to be, the influx of the population, especially youths, was phenomenal. So many young people had left Limbe, Buya, Chang, Bafusam, Yaoundé, and decided to come back to the village only because of this tournament. And one of the reasons why we decided to continue with the tournament based on the lessons learned from last year is because we heard from people on the ground, parents, that many of their children did not, they don't want to come back to the village. They say the village is boring, and you and I can relate to it. I used to spend a lot of my holidays in Limbe when there is no social activity that would be happening in Menji. I would prefer me to go and spend my holidays in town. So this is a big deal. Some parents might try to kind of take this for granted, but these are youthful. The youths only have a limited opportunity to experience their youth. So because of this tournament, so many youths decided now to come back to the village. And you can see the benefit of this. It doesn't just keep the village and the atmosphere very exciting. It also helps the parents who need these children to come and help them in the farm. Because once the youth is motivated to return to the village, they are also now willing to help on the days that they don't have matches to go and help in the farm. So the parents were receiving a lot of positive feedback. But now to your question, the fixtures, to be able to manage a fixture of 14 teams has been very, very difficult. Very difficult. But thank God we have a very, very capable coordinator, MC Edwin, who has taken this to heart. He is in charge of the tournament. He's directing the tournament with the lead coordinator, Mr. Sylvester Sunye, and the rest of the coordinators. And he came up with the fixtures together with the coordinators, and we kept tweaking the fixtures because we had about 50 teams, 50 matches that we're supposed to play. But because we shrunk the time frame because of the delay, we had to scale down the matches to about 30 something matches, which we didn't like it because, the more matches, the more ambience, right?
Mhm.
And it's not just also the ambience. We also want to develop talent amongst our youths. If Ngano can come from the West and be a champion as a wrestler champion, we can also nurture our young people, help them, provide an opportunity for them to build skills and talent. And tomorrow, don't be surprised, we're having the next captain lifting the Cameroon trophy or CAF trophy or FIFA trophy or in one of these international teams. So we also think based on our vision as Inspire Bright Futures, that our goal is to empower these youths, empower our women, empower our communities. Because until you do that and allow the communities and these youths to be able to do things for themselves, right? Achieve, build talent, build skills, also be happy, and meet friends that they have not met for a long time. So the tournament has been great, but we've worked on the fixtures, and I think we are happy with what we are seeing, in spite of the challenges.
Yes. Terence, yeah, I would like to always refer to Menji metro area as a town. Uh, yeah, we are used to the custom of villages. I believe, yeah, because if not because of the crisis, I think the rate at which Menji was growing in terms of economic activities, amenity that you would refer to like any normal town. But I think it's important. It was also it's a good thing with this tournament that people come that I believe they don't just settle in Menji, they also settle in neighboring villages like Bele, Chenele, that they come up to Menji or the when there are matches, excuse me,
Yeah,
to play.
director, remember, we have teams coming from Ka.
Okay.
Nje registered, but because they didn't, they had some technical issues, they could not proceed with the tournament. So think about it. This tournament is not just for Menji City, it's also for all the distant places. You have Belet team. That Belet team is a team from the war that initially last year, when people were talking about the tournament, they miscommunicated. They gave the impression that this tournament is only for Leban. So it has also been an issue that we are trying to address. The tournament is open, as you said. Menji is a city. Menji is a cosmopolitan. This thing. I grew up in Menji. The people who owned the best stores were not even Bangwa people. They were Bamliki, they were Bamenda. So it's a city. You have
They
so
were even
many
Nigeria.
different.
They were even
They were,
Nigerians.
they were Igbos. They were Nigerians. So Menji is not a village. When I said village, I was talking about the totality of the us
Okay.
trying to bring people not just to Menji, but also to those villages that we also need to bring them back, right? We
Yeah.
need to build
Okay.
back our villages too, not just Menji.
Yes, Terence. Now, looking at the terrain, the field, the football court where they are playing the matches. Sometimes you see grass are a little bit overgrown. There's a lot of muddy. We understand that this is rainy season. Sometimes with heavy rain, then the field is muddy. Sometimes you kick the ball spin at the same spot. The ball bounce, and instead to go in the direction, it goes in a different direction. I think the players themselves, sometimes when we do interview, they complain. So how is the management taking that into consideration or
Right,
try to address it?
right. It's a huge challenge, and I feel terrible because when if I put myself in their position and I see a situation where a player is not able to score a goal just because of the nature of the field, you can see how that can really be discouraging. That you have a particular, you have dribbled your opponent and you're about to engage the goalkeeper, and either because of water, you know, or grass on the field, you're not able to, that ball is not, you're not able to drive that ball and command control of that ball to target, to send it to the target the way you would like it to be, because there's resistance either from the grass or from the
The
water and the
water.
mud, right? So it's a huge challenge. Now, what we have tried to do is, every time we are clearing the field, and this is rainy season, grass grows every 2 3 weeks. You clear the field before you come within the 2 3 matches. After 2 3 matches, the field is grown again, and then the mud there, we don't have a solution to it. We are happy that for the municipal stadium, the mayor, Lord Mayor for Menji Council, um, assured us that he's going to try to do something about it. Also, the Member of Parliament, Honorable Foju, also assured us that they will try to do something about it. So we are happy, and we want our players and our spectators, the spectators and our people to know that we're taking this seriously. We're trying to address this, in spite of the limitations that we have. For Sitaoism, as you know, it's even a more serious problem. The Sitaoism field has a lot of forest around it. Like on the side going to Nchombin and Jane Boys, it's all grown forest, because the community is not there to clear, to maintain. So it's affecting the tournament. Each time they play in terrorism, like yesterday's match, they had
Hmm.
to interrupt the match for more than 30 minutes because the first ball that was kicked and it went to one of the patches of one of the forest patches. People went there struggling to find the ball. It was very hard. It took them more than 30 minutes to find that first ball. And while they were still finding the first ball, trying to find search for the first ball, the second ball also went to one of the forest patches, and they had to suspend play. And it took them more than 30 minutes to find those two balls. And these balls cost a lot of money. We've had balls that we've lost, you know,
They
doing
cannot able that you are not able to find them.
we're not able to find them. And Ozom also has muddy patches of the stadium, the field, and also has a lot of water. The other challenge for Citowism is the fact that there is no shelter. Citowism doesn't have a place where spectators can stand. So that's why you see Menji Field. It's now, sometimes some of the matches, Menji Stadium, Municipal Stadium is better because this is rainy season. So you see this, the spectators are facing a lot of challenges, and because they don't have where to seek shelter when it's rainy during matches, they stray into areas and seek shelter in areas that are a little bit further away from the field. So we're having a board meeting. We're going to be deciding, and my thinking is that most of the matches would move to the municipal stadium. Lastly, Cerealism is going to reopen in the next, I think this coming weekend. The Form 5 students are going to come to the school, return to school, so that they can have one full month of studies to start preparing them for the GCE. So while they are there, we are also considering that it would not be appropriate for matches to be taking place in the campus. So it's 90% very likely that the remaining matches will be moved to Menji Field. And we are hoping that the mayor will do something about the nature of the stadium, the mayor and the honorable Fojo.
Okay, yeah, Terence, thank you for that insight and those challenges that they're facing. Now let's switch gear and talk a little bit more about some of the activities, because sometimes people have thought that maybe Inspire Bright Future is all about football tournament. But I think at some point you have tried to explain that there are other activities like any other non-profit organization that have different program, and the tournament is just one of the program.
Right. So we have a ton of programs. First, we invested big on the tournament because it's something that brings people together, unites people, and because we are political, we think with everything that has gone uh, on in the past 8 9 years with the crisis, we need to bring our people together, irrespective of where they belong politically or whatever. So
Mhm.
this, soccer, sports, it's a game where there are no colors, right? The colors, people come with colors for celebration to identify. But when you get to the field, it's fair play. After you play, you win. Whoever wins greets the opponent, the people who lost the match, and you see that's the atmosphere we're trying to build amongst our youths, but also offer them opportunity. So that's why we deal with soccer, and it allows our youths to come back to Fontem. But we also have a marathon race that is big. Last year we did this and it was huge. We This year we decided to scale that up. It's open to any runner from any part of the BLM, even from Menua, anywhere. We want them to come and compete in this marathon race. We're still doing the planning. We've not announced when it's going to happen yet. People are registering and all of that. But the goal here is the first three winners um, would be sponsored to go and
So
represent.
before you continue with the detail, now let's focus registration. Is it in the office in Menji, or where would I be doing registration? Where can
Yes,
they?
yes. So registration it's in the office because as you know, we open up an office in Menji. Um, and that office has we our lead coordinator is manning the office, and the other coordinators, the father, Father Tiofi Chomo, is one of the coordinators. People can reach out to him to register. It's a Sylvester Asongayi, who is a lead coordinator. They can reach out to him. We're going to send out a communique out. I think it's important. Madam Arashilis Atemkeng, it's also one of them. Nkemta Zarofus in Menji, it's one of them. We also have Ndoku, the famous Ndoku, in Mary Health Hospital.
Mhm.
He's our first aid guy that the folklore and the hospital is partnering with us and helping us in terms of health and safety and first aid. So he's one of the coordinators also. So anybody can reach out to any of these coordinators to register. MC Edwin here is also an access point. If anybody knows someone who is interested, who is in Cameroon, but maybe you happen to be their family member here or friend here, and the person is trying to register, you can reach out to Edwin and register through Edwin.
Okay. Yes. Let's yeah, about the health. Talking about the health
But can I
and
just finish for the tournament director
yes. Okay.
for the marathon? So the three top winners are going to go represent the BLM at the Boya Mountain race. We believe that.
Or the three top winners
Yeah,
of the
the three
marathon
top
race.
winners. Yeah, we have a couple that is going to sponsor them to
Hmm.
go to Boya, stay for at least a month, uh, train on the mountain, and then represent the BLM at the mountain race.
Yes. And
Because we want
that mountain range that take place
it's around
sometime in
February.
February.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
around February. So you see, we believe we should give our youths opportunities, and we want people to come from Wabane, Esota. The hills that we have in the BLM should mean something. You understand? I'm always somebody I believe we can turn challenges to opportunity. We don't always have to see these hills and say, oh, it's difficult. No, but talent is coming out of these hills. People are climbing these hills, building resilience, building breath, and building fitness. And they should be able to take that as an opportunity to go and win, these mountain race positions and carry the cup, the trophy, to project the strength of a BLM man.
Yes. No, I think that would be wonderful, and I believe that the viewers and listeners they are listening and they'll pass on the message because even during mountain race that we have covered some of the races, you see people coming from all over, right from the north. Sometimes people have even come from internationally outside
Right.
Cameroon, yeah, to participate in that marathon race. Yes, in the health, in the area of health, what will you be actually doing when it comes to health or health screening? I know you've talked of mental health in the past. Is that
Right.
something you want to continue to do?
Right. So last year, we did a lot of health education, sensitization, and awareness creation, and this was mostly targeting the youths. As you know, 8 years of crisis has also created a lot of problems for us. So we're going to scale up our activities in terms of mental health and just general wellness, but mental health specifically, because we have done a lot of research and surveys to find out that a lot of our youths are going through a lot of problems. A lot of adults are going through problems. Couples are going through problems. Marriages are breaking up. Youths are losing their ability to study. You have a lot of emotional distress. You have a lot of post traumatic stress disorder. You have a lot of schizophrenia and bipolar disorders. a lot of anxiety, and all of the a lot of this is it's as a result of the instability, both the socioeconomic instability, but also the fact that, as you know, social determinant of health, people are no longer, family units are no longer cohesive. You have a family, when the war started, they split their 8 children. Some of the children they sent them to Yaoundé, two to Yaoundé, three to Limbe, four to Kumba, or three to to Chang, and a lot of these children, you can imagine the trauma that they have been through. Um, Many of them were in Chang, Bafusam, Fumbot, Sancho area, and the parents have to go back and stay in the village to try to look for money, to farm, work on their cocoa farms. The moms have to either, some families have left their mothers or their wives in these cities, while the men are there working the cocoa farms. Some of the moms are also in the village trying to work, for food crops, while the kids are staying in these cities alone, unsupervised. Because of it, we've noticed a lot of sexual exploitation,
Yeah.
and we've seen a lot of broken families. Some of these women don't want to even return to the village, for a reunion with their
Family.
husbands, with their families. They are resisting because when a woman who used to be in the village and did not have a source of income, was just a farmer, goes to Chang and now is roasting fish near the street and making some money, right? Now you're asking her to pack and go back to the village. You can see how she's been empowered. And the empowerment is good, it's positive, but also it comes with a lot of negative empowerment because
Mhm.
a lot of these women and mothers are not able to manage and try to balance their relationship with their spouses. We have a lot of broken homes today. I can tell you in Menji, there are a lot of families that are broken because the wives don't want to come back, and there is also a lot of exploitation. Uh, some of these
Yeah.
women, some of these women are dating other people. It's
Yeah.
causing a lot of problem in our community.
No, I
You see,
think I think that discussion about exploitation has been. I mean, even at some time, I think in one of the convention, when the founder of Fontem was explaining how women in Chang they will go maybe rent a plot of land,
correct.
uh, farm crop. When it's time to harvest, they'll be driven away.
Yeah, by our
As
Bamniki brothers.
yes,
Our
so
Bamniki,
uh, yeah, those are the things that. You have those are some of the encounters, some of the shortcomings that maybe, as they say, home is home. Uh, I
yeah. So,
think,
so, so for the mental health, we're not just gonna do sensitization, education, awareness creation. We also want to do screening. And we are very lucky that one of our board members, Madame Anqueta for Tawancho, who is Mrs. Antonia Njika,
mhm,
the wife of Martin Tazi, Nkwetambe Tazi. She specialized on mental health. She has agreed to take the lead with some other board members to design a program, and we're going to be, informing the public, because during this tournament, we really want to engage our people on mental health so that they know that some of the challenges that the children are facing, mothers are facing, fathers are facing, these
mhm.
are normal things. They need to seek for help, and Mary Health is there. We're also trying to work to see how we can put resources in Mary Health, and probably extension workers. So it's a program that I think Madam Antonia Njika, and her team members for the mental health department, a division of our programs, she's going to build that program, and we're going to intervene and scale that up. And you can see that the child who just committed suicide by drinking, poisoning herself, ingesting the poisonous substance, that was mental health because she was a tourism student, and I spoke to some of the family members. It's not just something she did at that point. She had contemplating, she had tried before,
Hmm.
but I think you can see some of the challenges because we need to be proactive and address these things ahead of time before somebody loses their lives. Because suicidal ideation, once it starts, it needs to be addressed. This is an illness. They're not doing this by themselves. A lot of times in our communities, African this thing, people think people are doing this by themselves.
No,
A lot
I
of these
think
people
that
don't have control of what they're doing. They need help, and
yeah,
we're going to begin to address this.
I think that's quite true. When the first news about the injection of the poison, when that news first break out, people thought this was just a little child that mistakenly took poison, uh, maybe it's for something, but we later find out that it was a 14 years old child already in secondary school, so probably was more mature than teenager, more than what we just thought that was so innocently. But that begin to raise question as to why would a secondary child ingest poison of that nature. So it's boiled down to stress. You're talking about suicide ideation, just having the thought that things are not going well in your mind. So you thought of committing suicide. People have thought of maybe killing themselves by even with collapse or whatever have you. So that a different form of suicide thought process. That is a medical issue that need to be properly addressed by medical expert. I think yes. I think if Inspire Bright Future organize the division of mental health and really put for some resources, I think it would really help the community. Now, Terence, you talk about the youth workshop, youth symposium. What actually will you be addressing? I think you mentioned that as students go back to school, it's also important to maybe have some orientation, what to expect. There's always anxiety as students are returning to school to face the unknown. Some are going to secondary school for the first time. Some are going to university for the first time. Uh, they are moving out to different community. You leave your home, you were in primary school, now you're moving to secondary school. You want to go and meet a different ball game. There's always some kind of anxiety. What will you be addressing in this kind of
Right.
workshops?
So this is again another core program. It's a flagship program of ours, which is going to be youth conference or youth symposium or workshop, whatever we finally label that. But the goal here and the vision here is basically to bring our youth together, and tentatively it's going to be at Emma Azee at the Palace for a one-day workshop or symposium. We're going to be educating the youths on societal ills. We're going to have the clergy come and talk to youths. We'll have someone for mental health come and talk to the youths. We'll have a doctor, Dr. Michelle, come and talk to the youths because we did this last year with a youth rally that combined the efforts of the church, uh, Father Chomo, the priest in Menji, and that
Hmm.
of Dr. Michelle, and we assembled the youths in a room,
Hmm.
um, in a building, and we spoke and we educated them on different societal ills. We believe our youths have been through a lot, and we have to begin now to restore their self-esteem and self-confidence, but also educate them on some of the challenges that they are facing, but also listen to them because part of the challenge is we have to avoid assuming a lot of things. Young people live in their own world. And until you go down to their level and allow them to talk, allow them to communicate, allow them to express themselves, you might never, ever, ever understand what is going on in their lives. So part of this is just to engage the youth. It's an engagement, a youth engagement program to engage these youths and begin to identify some of the challenges that they are facing. We want to make sure we are not doing a top-down system in terms of solution orientation. We want this type of bottom-up system where we go to this population and say, hey, what are some of your challenges? And we have a conversation with them. We go down to their level, allow them to tell us what is going on and tell us some of the opportunities that they probably would like us to provide. And then at the same time, we also teaching them some of the things that we already know are challenges, um, try to confront those with them, and then build a partnership so that we can, and then create a network also for the youths, because the youths also have to start bringing themselves together, not just through soccer, but also in organized structures like that. And then a very big part of this program, it's scholarships and rentrée scolaire. At that meeting or symposium workshop, we would also distribute a lot of school materials to youths. We also offer a lot of scholarships. So it's also part of our strategy to promote rentrée scolaire, prepare youths to go back to school and face challenges, academic and social challenges. So it's going to
So
be fun. It's going to be
yeah,
fun.
when you say you, do they require registration to come, or public announcement is enough for everybody
No,
to
no,
for everybody to order?
this is, yeah, this is going to be very open to everybody.
Okay.
We're also going to make sure that the youths are well entertained. We're thinking about killing a pig and making sure you know, there's a good item 11. I mean, I used to be a youth, so I like to pick a little bit of bakunya and akondong and rice and and abento. So we're gonna make it, we do our things and we cater to the population. We don't do it like, we relate to what they want, and
Mhm.
we listen to them and ask them in terms of planning. We don't just plan by ourselves. We are talking to the youths and they're telling us the best way to do this, and they are going to be the ones organizing this. We're forming a youth panel to organize this so that it reflects their own way of doing things.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're expecting, we because you look at the tournament, we already have 14 teams times 20 players. These are already about 300 youths. And then you look at the overlayers, like their fan base. A lot of
Mhm.
youths also who are not players. So we projected
We're
about
expecting
500.
about 500
Right,
people
about
to.
500 youths.
Yeah.
Yeah. So timing, we're trying to work on the scheduling. His Majesty, of course, it's on top of this. His schedule is very packed. So it's a little challenging. It's very challenging because he is traveling all over. But he has told us this is really his priority because
Mhm.
Nyateme is an old man traditionally, but he's a youth.
Youth. Yeah.
So he needs to connect with his generation. He wants to connect with his generation. He likes the idea because the youths we have to prepare the youths for leadership for tomorrow, and they're
Yeah.
going to be working with him. We're working on this. It's a very huge project for us.
Okay, Terence. Now that the schedule of the tournament was shifted from the initial date to a later date, how about the finals?
Oh yeah, it's. I think you're jumping and going far. We have the 15 August. Big
Yeah,
Day Maria, which is going to be
that was when the final was supposed to play.
exactly. The finals were scheduled for 15th of August, but because of the changes, the finals have been moved to the 31st of August. The third position match is going to be on the 30th of August, and then the finals on the 31st, which is a Sunday. But we have 15 August. We're going to have the quarterfinals on 15 August day. We're going to have two matches. We also moved the 15 August day matches to begin earlier. Is we're going to start at 12:30 because the goal is that we don't want people to leave the church,
Mhm.
the mass at St. Clair, and then go back home. Some people going to three corners, going to Mvo, and then have to come back. So we rather want to make sure people can leave the church for 15 August and then move to the field. And
Okay.
then we finish early. We end those two matches early so that people go back to their homes early, not at night. Because a lot of people are coming from distant places
Mm-hmm.
to attend 15 August in Menji. So it's going to be something. It's going
Yeah.
to be something for 15 August, two matches for
Oh,
quarterfinals.
so that means the activity of that day will be packed since, and I hope after that match there need to be some entertainment because for people to come and stay that long.
Right, but director, you want to also be fair to the commercial sector. Part of our goal is also to boost our economy, to
Mm-hmm.
give our small business people opportunities. So people are going to be buying food, right?
Yes.
Remember, this is 15. You remember how 15 August used to
Yeah, I
be?
know, I know.
Any pikin, pa go give you small money for put for equa, right? Because you know say where you go, you get for buy chop, you get for interact, you for socialize, and we even
Yeah.
planning a gala. We're planning a dance. We're planning a nightclub dance. The young people have told us that Grand, we need Unamu organize, Muna organize dance. We want dance too. So we're looking at that too. We really want the young people to have the best,
Mm-hmm.
and they remember that Past Sabbath's burial takes place on the 14th,
Day before 15
the day
August.
before the 15th of August. So a
Yeah.
lot of people who are coming for Past Sabbath's burial, they would like to attend mass and at least watch the
The
first,
next day, yeah.
yeah, the next day and watch the first match. So you can imagine how exciting the young people feel about this. That some of
Mm-hmm.
their parents would be there to watch them play at least for that first match. Yeah.
Yeah, that will be. Lord Terence, I want to thank you so much. I think Inspire Bright Future, despite the challenges from the field, the technical difficulties, setting up the lineup, drawing play matches, conflict that you have to manage internally. I think overall, I mean, from the images that we have been seeing, that we've been receiving, I think things seem to be going well. Apart from when you begin to maybe highlight some of the challenges like that, somebody will not even know that, hey, maybe it's not somebody just watch football, watch soccer, and just say, feel excited.
Right. So we have already sent out. I just sent the medals yesterday. We shipped the medals from the United States. All our medals. We have 120 medals,
Hmm.
and they are good. They are good because our our tournament we're making it a standard. When we in the US were involved in something, we want the standard to really be good. So we just shipped the medals yesterday to Cameroon. The cup, the trophies are also going to be shipped soon. So I think we are good, but I think we also have other programs. I think I didn't talk about. We have a seminar to train teachers. We also have a seminar to train project monitors. Project managers for each of the villages. So we have a lot more activities. But I think before as we're wrapping up, I really, really, on behalf of the board, would like to thank the sponsors and the donors because those who sponsored this last year, they did a whole lot of good to the community. Because of this tournament, Cedawism was able to reopen in a big way. Because before we launched it, people were hesitant to send their kids to Cedawism. But now, when we normalize presence in campus, so many parents now feel confident and sign up their kids for Cedawism. We had 7 teams. This year we have 14 teams, and the goal is to increase the number of teams next year, increase the tournament. The cup is 1 million francs. The first prize is 500,000, and then the other prizes eat up, and then we have a lot of prizes. So I really, really would like to thank the donors, the sponsors, the organizers, and the board members. This is an organization we're trying to close up gaps and solve our own problems. We are not just operating in the BLM, we're also operating in other areas and also even internationally in other African countries. That is our vision as we're putting this together. But the other thing I would want to also say is to thank Gaza Media for all the coverage that they are doing. I think if you do not tell people what is happening, the good news, many people will not hear the good news. And we want to thank everyone for that. I also would like to thank those who intervened when we had some challenges. And I'll thank especially His Majesty the Fount of Fontem. I would thank someone like Dr. Honorable Fojo, Dr. Nkobenai. These are people who said, no, this tournament has come to stay. And that what this tournament is doing to the young people, they like it. And are political. People are just looking at, the local community, and that's a good thing. And there are a lot of other actors on different sides that have made this happen. And I just wanted to take the opportunity on behalf of Inspire Bright Futures and thank them and all the referees that are doing this heavy lifting, making sure that these matches go smoothly, and the spectators and the fans, we thank them and thank all our supporters and the viewers for Gaza Media uh, this thing presentation.
Yeah. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. CEO, for this wonderful time that you share with us. Dear viewers, we'll come to the end of this short segment. We want to thank you for continuing to watching our channel. Follow us, click the subscription button. Most importantly, share the news so that those that have not known us or those that are still new to our channel should connect to watch it, or anytime we post anything. If you click the like button, it will definitely signal you that there's a new product. Most importantly, share most of this content so that the people know exactly what is happening around the Menji municipal area and of course in the BLM. Thank you and have a wonderful Sunday.